Welcome to Football Manager 2017, my Wigan game. In the year 2034, almost 2035, I'm in the Championship, and I was going to say I'm top of the table, but Southampton have obviously just played a game and played a game more than I have, so they're on top of the table by goal difference. Horrible low-life scumbags though they may be, they're still doing it by goal difference. My next match is against Aston Villa, who are currently in 4th, 11 points behind me. They play in their wonderful claret and blue. I'm on a good run for the month of December, and I've got three more home games left in December. Now, if I win them all, I think I'm pretty much a shoo-in for Manager of the Month. Then starting early in January is my FA Cup third round match away to Portsmouth. Something to look forward to. My current team is... Obi's back. Right. That's my current team is now back to its strength. Just let me check, see. No, that's the way they normally play. Obi's the deep lying playmaker. Heaton's a roaming playmaker. Which means I need to drop Luke Price out of there and put McGlade back on the bench. My defence is as solid as it's ever been, all the way through to its wing backs. My midfield and my forwards are the starting lot. Oh, just forgotten, or just remembered. I'll put Jamie Slaughter passed a fitness test after his recent injury, so he can go back on the bench. And I've signed, well, I haven't signed, I've got on trial this guy, Gary Allison. He's a 24-year-old Irish player who played for Huddersfield for about 5 or 6 years. About 5, I think, and a couple of years for Leeds before getting released. He looks quite good, so I thought I'd give him a trial, give him an under-23 game, see if he works out. And he may join the squad. Although his wages may be prohibitive, I'm not sure. The other thing I'm hoping is at the end of the year, beginning of the new year, is my board reevaluate their expectations. And as part of that, up my transfer and wage budget if I agree to a higher expectation than avoiding relegation. That is my hope. So then I can get, well, I've got a better goalkeeper coming in anyway, but I can get an even better goalkeeper and possibly look at getting another defender. In addition, I've removed one of the tactics I had, and this is the Tenerife tactic by, I forget the guy's name, but I'll find out and mention it at some point in the future. It turned up on the Steam Workshop. It looked quite good. It doesn't require wingers, has a back four, 2 midfielders, 3 attacking midfielders, and a striker. So it was a kind of formation I can actually live with, and I would like to play with the striker again because I like having strikers and going out and buying strikers. So I'm having my team train in that one for a while, and I may use it, or I may use it at the end of the season, or sorry, the end of the season, the beginning of the next season. But at least they've all had training in it before then. Anyway, I'll stop chuntering on and get this team out ready to play the match. If I can beat Villa, that will be a great step towards promotion because they're 4th. I'm 2nd, and it will give me a chance of extending an even greater lead over the playoff positions. At least that is my hope. But this is essentially, well, apart from my goalkeeper, this is my best side as far as I'm concerned. So hopefully things will work out and my side will do its job. He says, hopefully. I tend to use that word a lot because I tend to be hopeful. Doesn't always work out that way, but I do try and go with an optimistic point of view when the situation slightly warrants it. Oh, good clearance. I thought they were going to do something with that free kick, but apparently not. They're going to go for the edge of my penalty area all the way back to their goalkeeper. Oh, and that was a really bad clearance by them. Ooh. That would have been a wonderful goal if it had happened. Unfortunately, it didn't. Interesting throw. Oh, as another aside, dear sweet Obi, or Obi-Wan as I know him, has been selected for the provisional squad for the African Nations Cup, which occurs towards the end of January all the way through to mid-February. So I will be losing him for a few weeks. Luckily, I have enough central midfielders to cover for that fact, but it's never great when you lose a player for essentially 3 to 4 weeks. And it's never great when your defence do that. I mean, that was a nice ball out to Morris. They just didn't close Morris down fast enough, and my central defence let Gore have a nice bit of space in the box. Well, if nothing else, at least my team is still proving it can tackle. Can't always pass, but it can tackle. Oh, that was a huge mistake by their defence. Wedderburn, you showed him too much of the ball. You could have passed that. Oh, hell. Not something I ever want to see is my goalkeeper doing stuff like that. Oh, good ball. I'm glad he was offside, but it was the way they worked that was very good. "15 minutes in, a goal down, and not really looking particularly threatening." Oh, come on, Wedderburn's got 4 guys on him. Give him an option, guys. They're doing a good job of closing me down with numbers. Not entirely sure what they were trying to do there, apart from give the ball away. If that had gone in, Pete, I'd have shot you. You stood there looking completely disinterested. Oh, unlucky. Well, looks like Heaton's going to spend the day blasting the ball over the bar. Okay, somebody want to make a move here? Give Harwood an option? Oh, Struth, not again. They're going to break on me again. Yep, they are. Oh, gold. Oh, that was lucky. I've got to admit that Villa certainly look the more dangerous of the two sides at this point. And they picked up the first yellow card. It's normally my job. And the second yellow card. Okay. Could make an interesting second half. They've got a load of players booked and I haven't. He looked offside, but he didn't score anyway. Not truly unexpected. nice tackle, Chamberlain. Okay, you've got people running, Harwood. You can pass the ball, you know. You don't have to do it all. Okay, a lucky deflection. And bad goalkeeping. Almost got away with something there. But unfortunately, I am still losing. Which is... Oh, come on, referee just took my guy down from behind. No sexual innuendos, please. Struth, they are closing me down with numbers, which fortunately should leave a gap or 5. Which it does leave a gap or 5, but as soon as I get the ball, my guys get closed down rather rapidly. Good tactic against me, I must admit. Seems to be working. Don't let him run past. Oh, you idiot. Nice covering, Perez. Wedderburn, every time you've run with the ball, you've given it away. Stroth. I've suddenly lost it. Ah, thank you, Obi. I think we suddenly lost the ability to tackle. Oh, good ball. Very cocky and a lousy shot at the end of it, but a great ball by Wedderburn. About time he did something useful this game. But unless they get a goal before half-time, they're going to get a rocket from me. As a half-time team talk. Because they truly have not looked like the Wigan side that has been playing for the last 6 weeks. Get out of the way, ref. Cross. Okay, it was a good shot, but a cross would have been better. Oh dear, how terrible. I'm seeing advertisements for betting. I'm sure the American morality police, if they monitor YouTube, will go nuts. Seeing people advertising the possibility that you could actually bet on a sporting event. I was reading something the other day, I think it was only 1991-ish, where that became illegal in America. The puritanical muppets. Every other country in the world considers sports betting perfectly fine. Well, every other country, but most countries. All apart from the United States of America, where freedom reigns. Unless you want to do something that's fun. Now you can go out, you can, as somebody did earlier today, try massacring 20 or so people with a gun in a club. And people will excuse that, but you dare want to put a bet on a sporting event, and oh my God, you're morally corrupt. There endeth the lecture about morality for the day. I just find it truly horrible. I can't walk down a local high street, go to a betting shop and put a bet on a game. Oh, you're kidding me. I've seen some bad games in my career, but we're just giving this one away. Truly not impressed. It's a good penalty, I'll give them that. He took it well, but I'm truly not impressed the fact we gave away a penalty. On top of everything else we failed to do correctly so far. Yes. You're meant to be the best team I've got, so show me something in the next 15-20 minutes, otherwise I have to start making changes. Because this has been pitiful. There again, this is kind of how I expected the whole season to go, to be honest. The fact that it hasn't, I should take more as a surprise and take heart in, rather than the fact the occasional game goes wrong. But 11 shots, 6 on target, compared to their 4 shots, 3 on target. Admittedly, one of those is a penalty. And I'm losing 2-0. It's not a good sign. There again, there was also the evidence of the Crawley game, where I managed to pull out a 2-1 victory against a 10-man bottom of the table team. That should have been possibly a warning sign about things. Whilst I may be towards the top of the table, things are not as good as they look. Great, now we're getting frantic at the back and just clearing the ball anywhere. Oh, and it's 2-on-2 Wedderburn, and he's onside. If you'd put the ball in front of him. What were you doing shooting from that distance, Chamberlain? You think you were David Beckham? A player I disliked for about the first 10 years of his career. Then once he joined Real Madrid, he became the player that the hype had him being for the last previous 10 years. May not be the smartest, most articulate man in the world. And that was a good corner. What the hell were you doing, goalkeeper? But yes, David Beckham, towards probably the second half of his career, I actually thought he'd become the player which everybody raved about when he was in his early 20s. Which I think was gold. Another wasted corner and another. Oh, come on, Heaton, do something with the ball. There's a man waiting for it. Well, pass it. No, never mind, Heaton. Just give up and get off the damn field. Obi, you're coming off. McGlade. Perez, you're coming off for Thomas. James, you're coming off for Wilson. I would take Heaton off as well for his last bit of complete and utter useless play. However, I'm only allowed to put on 3 substitutes, otherwise I'd take about 8 of these players off for willful and utter incompetence. Like that. Apparently we've lost the ability to pass. Shoot. Anticipate, or generally do anything. I am truly unimpressed with this Wigan side today. This result may cost me manager of the month, which is going to upset me even more. Well, I won't find that out for definite for another 3 weeks, 2 weeks. Oh. Okay, that actually goes down as a Michael Wilson goal, even though he knew absolutely nothing about it. He was just running to get back and then clattered off the back of his legs. Not really sure he's got a claim to that goal, but okay. Oh, and that's the downside of putting on 3 substitutes. There's nothing I can do. I'm going to play with 10 men for the last 5 minutes. Not that Heaton being off the field is going to make a great deal of difference to how my side played, considering he played like a bruised turnip. That was terrible. The I could live with a bad result, but the performance that went with that was truly despicable to watch. Well, Mark Heaton got injured for 2 to 3 months. That's never good. And I have no interest in the vacant Hull post. I also got offered a job interview with Brighton, which I declined. But that was the despicable, terrible performance against the mighty Aston Villa, who outplayed, outworked, just out everything to my team. And there's nothing I can really say about that game apart from I never want to see it again. But sadly enough, when it comes to uploading this video, I will have to do a quick review of it to make sure there's nothing horribly wrong with it. And that means I'll see bits of that again, and I will probably get just as annoyed with it as I did the first time watching that game. Oh well, sometimes life just sucks that way. Well, I hope you found it interesting and enjoyed my annoyance, and hopefully I will see you down the road.